Karina Borjund, 18. Karin Elena Holst, 15. Mona Abdiner, 18. Anders Christiansen, 18. 4 of the 77 people murdered 7 years ago by far-right terrorist Anders Behring Breivik. On the 22nd of July 2011, a bomb went off in Oslo city centre, killing 8 people and injuring 200, followed by a horrific massacre of 69 people, mainly young people and children, on the island of Utøya. The attack was carried out by self-proclaimed fascist and far-right extremist Anders Behring Breivik. He deliberately chose his targets, the government centre in Oslo and the summer camp of the youth section of the Norwegian Labour Party. Every year, hundreds of young people attend the summer camp where they socialise and discuss politics. The targets were chosen because of their left-wing politics. During the massacre on Utøya Island, Breivik repeatedly shouted, "You are going to die today, Marxists." During interrogation, Breivik asserted that his actions were atrocious but necessary, claiming to be defending Norway against multiculturalism. The media reports of the attack focused on the suggested mental illness of Breivik. An initial psychiatric evaluation, which ignored his political views, diagnosed him with paranoid schizophrenia and deemed him criminally insane. However, a second evaluation, which took into account the logic of his extremist views, declared him sane. Breivik spent several years planning the attack and writing his political manifesto. The manifesto includes a definition of so-called cultural Marxism, stolen from Political Correctness, a short history of an ideology, by the Free Congress Foundation, an American religious conservative think tank. It also cites an array of other far-right and anti-Islam proponents, such as Robert Spencer, and groups such as Tommy Robinson's English Defence League. Elected representatives from far-right parties such as the Lega Nord in Italy and the Freedom Party in Austria expressed sympathy with or made excuses for Breivik's horrific actions. Far-right terrorism is posing a serious threat to society, and the rise of the alt-right is emboldening fascists everywhere. According to an independent journalism organisation, Americans are more likely to die from far-right terrorism than any other, and that far-right attacks and incidents outnumber Islamic ones by 2 to 1. But these attacks are much less likely to be reported in the mainstream media. In March of this year, 7 members of a fascist group in Germany were jailed for a number of attacks on refugee homes and on far-left political offices. In 2016, UK Labour Party MP Joe Cox was murdered by fascist Thomas Alexander Marr, who had previously participated in far-right rallies and been inspired by Breivik. Only last week, Steve Headley, deputy head of the RMT union in Britain, was attacked by fascist pro-Trump supporters. The RMT represents rail and transport workers all across Britain. Earlier this year, both counter-terrorism police in the UK and the FBI have stated that there's an increasing risk of far-right terrorism in the UK and in the US. It should not come as a surprise that the election of Trump, accompanied by a rise in far-right and nationalist parties across Europe, is fueling hate and giving confidence to fascists everywhere to act on their vile ideas. We must never forget the victims of the massacre at Utøya, and we must always fight when fascists try and organise and mobilise.